lets me down at the lonely lake. Before summer has gone away, swim out under a broken sky. Cold sun, colored with shades of white. Wave goodbye to last summer. Cold air coming away soon. So let's lay under the falling moon. Tell me something about yourself. You never told to no one else. Say goodbye to lonely nights of last summer.
Information pour les voyageurs de TGV finissant à destination de Rennes et Villecazot.
To lonely nights of last summer. I know I cannot see it through. I got my head on straight so you can pass the blues. Disco biscuits in my little tooth. I got this throbbing headache and I'll bend the truth. Ace my test, I guess that I'm the best. I guess that I'll be better when the better rest. I just can't get over this bar of steps, so I'm gonna take this bar and throw it off the edge. And all I'll ever be is riding next to me, spotting on my screen, sunburn down on me. And I hope that you watch this, I hope that you will. I hope you feel better about these cards you dealt. Look around and tell me what you see. Is it a brand new man or is it same old me? I keep marching forward with a small belief that if I'm still persistent, then I'll soon break free. Lost my thought, I think it wasn't bold. I think it's just a thought that wasn't meant to be told. I grew out of my lens and I could fit my soul. Oh, to show that I'm yet to grow into something special I can call. And all I'll ever be is riding next to me, exploding on my screen, sun bearing down on me. And I hope that you watch this, I hope that you will. I hope you feel better about these cards you dealt, 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 about these cards you dealt. The sunlight dances on the balcony as I wait for thee to come home. I fumble my words, yeah, my mind's a mess when you're in that dress. Glad you're home. Will you stay with me and never leave? You walked into my life and I am glad you came, glad you came. When you're not around I feel broken, glad you came, glad you came. I was lost till I fell in your eyes, had me wondering why I feel like home. I hold you close so you're by my side till the end of time. Before we go, will you stay with me and never leave? You walked into my life. Summer air waves through her long soft hair. Faces just stop and stare, catching no light. So I hold you close, no matter where you go. Through all the rain and snow, I'll be close behind. And I hold on, these threads won't come undone. If you're worn down, I'll carry you home. Holes in my shoes, walking in lines we drew. You said you're just passing through. 6 years have gone, so I hope